Audiobook Skeleton's Outline of Revenue Earn Seconds, Minutes, and Hours. Chapter 1. Now, evaluating is like the evolution of test results. If you check, like double check your answers, triple check your answers, just pull in a check, the test and class have students check each other's work. And after checking each other's work on the chapter, the spot checked it for the corrected test. Tests are valuable tools in determining what students have grasped. Like a grip, like being clutch, is something I learned a grasp about. Are there any places where the classes are uniformly weak? I don't believe in weakness. I believe in strengths. If so, reinforcement is needed. One effective way to discover, like a credit card, the general performance of the class. Like your performance is your last desk level. Is to find one class median. A median I would call a class meridian. This is done by arranging the scores in order from highest to lowest. The higher the score, the better the grade. The lower the score, the negative. The middle score is the class median. If there is an even number of students, find the average of two middle scores. As far as being in the middle, that was a chapter about brothers and brothers. Disposing of the corrected test. As a rule, students should have the privilege, like the honor, to see their tests, review any weak points, and answer any questions about why an answer is wrong. Two, the teacher may use the discretion of views about whether the students should be allowed to keep their tests permanently, like quietly and honestly kept. Some teachers prefer to collect them again so that the students' younger siblings will have no chance of seeing the test in the later years. Now, numbers given first are pupil page numbers. The age numbers from kindergarten to whether it be graduation or freshman in college are the pupil page chapters. Pupil page cap university kappa chapters. To the teacher, adding and subtracting large numbers in everyday life. Like like living large numbers. That's a book of the Bible. That's religiously using religious numbers to serve and satisfy, like to serve to work for the Lord. Studying place value, like studying your places and their values, rounding numbers, rounding, like the sound of a round, and numbers, using Roman numerals like Roman. That's biblically Greek for Greece, using Greece numerals like num, Greece and num. Num you Greece, stuff like that. Adding mentally, reviewing, like adding mentally, that's just punctuation. Punctuation versus comma, period, equal sign, stuff like that. Reviewing, subtraction. Of course, to take away something, review what was taken away from you. Subtracting mentally, like reviewing what's taken away from you mentally. Reading problem, find the necessary information. Reviewing the chapters, reviewing tests. Working with multiple applications and district divisions of basketball. Scholarships. 12 serving. Solving multiplication problems, checking multiplication by casting out nines. Checking multiplication by casting like the gag reel of out nines like the suicide drills from coach. Those nines will represent like overtime, the overgrind of getting unlimited checkpoints from A to B. And winning, turning. It's some Bobby Knight, more mental multiplication, solving division problems mentally. Units of linear measure, like linear, the stars. How the body aligns with the stars, the moons, the sunshine, wind, water, air, hydrogen, stuff like that. Units of weight, the body size. The philosophy of anthropology. Units of capacity. Capacity, I would use like Thanksgiving, a stuff in a pie, or Cramer's law or Kappa's law. Units of area, like the areas you cover in life. The more areas you cover, the more you know about their position of time and speed. Units of time zones. Like certain time zones allow for the body to reoccur at certain places. So, on a physical or demanding dimension, no purpose, the body would be randomly output as a semicolon of a joint base bias of fuck you bias. Time zones. Mental conversation of English units. Mental mental versus physical conversation of body language of English units. Like you in it, man. Mental conversations of you in it in English. Distance, time travel rate, speed per graduate, and time. Time is a rare commodity where off the top, people save time off the top looking at hairstyles. Distance, rate, and time and reading problems. Like time and reading, you just read much as possible. Read the problem, just go with super facts. Working with graphs, the line graph, the graph represents the hand, the body to the body. A frequency like a paragraph to a graph, working with paragraphs, graphs, demographics, geographics, neographics, um, working with fractions, finding prime numbers, those are even numbers. Prime and odd numbers, finding the greatest common factors. The greatest common factor, like greatest over and beyond common, common parts, common apps, common factors. Lowest common multiples, finding lowest common multiples, finding lowest common multi universes. Introduction to common fractions, yeah. Uh, more work with money and banking, geometry, working with lines and planes, working with metric Bible measures. I like a Bible worker. That's money and banking. That's a treasurer. Like to treasure your soul biblically in the banking of like what's stowed away for the present or the future. Stowed away in the treasures of the work of your money and banking and your Christian service to God. And year ends reviews, like the year ends reviews, like the review of the year will be a solid cap on a money cap. How you got from point A to point B and made it thus far. Like the thing of sevens in the Bible have special significance to completeness or perfections. Numbering seven pairs puts special emphasis on the clean spaces, clean species. It provided for greater increase, increase of animals that were used for sacrifice that God gave to Noah to meet after the flood. And Noah did according to all the Lord's commanded him. I have Noah, he was special because he kept breathing life in every form and fashion. And it became habit to breed animals for money. That's something you could do for money.